Hey guys, in today's video, we're going to be adding an Arctic wolf habitat, which I've never done before, but first, we're going to watch our ring-tailed lemur give birth, because I want to. I don't know, I find it cute, even though we're not really going to be able to see her, because she's about to go into a bush. I don't know why, but the ring-tailed lemurs always decide to go into this stupid bush to have their babies. I wish I knew why, but I have no clue. They always hide here and have their babies. But she had one baby, and I'm pretty sure it was a girl. Um, let's see. Yep, it's a girl. Where is she though? Her genetic stuff is awful, so I'll definitely have to trade her for pretty cheap because no one wants that. Now we're gonna move our male giraffe to the giraffe and zebra habitat because we finally found a male that wasn't too expensive. I mean, he was kind of expensive. He was 1,000 conservation credits, whatever it's called. You know what? I need to figure that out real quick. Okay, they're called conservation credits. I always get it confused for conversation credits, which I think it's because when like a person comes into your zoo and you say hi to them, you get the conservation credits for it. And someone had offspring. 2 babies. That's cute. And there's a decent amount of babies in there, so we're turning on contraception because we don't need any more babies than this. This is plenty of babies. It's getting crazy in there. Oh my gosh, my dog is scratching at my blanket. He does that when he wants to get comfortable. Now we're checking to see if we've made any money off of the zebras and giraffes, which we haven't, but it's like the very beginning of a month, so that makes sense. Oh my gosh, if you can hear that scratching, please ignore it, I'm sorry. Now we're looking around for something. Oh yeah. So this is where we're gonna build the Arctic wolf habitat. No, it's not. Not quite yet. We are gonna build it around here, but right now we're building another eating area, which doesn't look as good as I wanted it to, but okay, 1 second, I'll be back. Okay, I think my dog is comfortable now and he'll stop scratching at my blanket. But now we're gonna add more restaurants and like drink places. Just because, like when you go through a zoo, zoos are pretty big and you get hungry and thirsty and you don't want to have to go all the way back to the front to get food or a drink because it's just a waste of time. And also, I'm pretty sure we're gonna add a bathroom as well because who wants to go to the front of the zoo to go to a bathroom as well? Well, it's not really at the front, but it's pretty close to the front. But still, you get the point. Now we're searching for a merchandise store. I'm just really getting whatever stores I feel are necessary. Here's a bathroom, and we're also going to end up adding ATMs and obviously trash cans because they're very necessary. I chose these green picnic benches again because I feel like since I had them over there, I need to have them here too, just to make it go together, because I feel like they have to match. They are looking a little wonky, but I'm fixing that, don't worry. I need things to be at least close to perfect, because I don't like things that aren't close to perfect. We're adding the trash cans, like, every other row of tables, and also in the corners, because I feel like if it was like every row of tables it would look weird. But now we're adding some like plants and stuff for scenery because I like to have scenery in my zoos. And now we have to expand this to where it can go over here so I can add I forget what it's called, but like the power things and water things so that the facilities will have power. And now we are checking that again, and we're just checking a few donation boxes, I guess. But yeah. Now we are going to expand the path and begin the Arctic wolf habitat. If I could be any slower, there we go. Every time I place paths, I hold shift to like be able to go faster. And it makes the paths like move up and down because that's what it does with objects. Now we're getting our wolves. None of the wolves were perfect, but they're definitely better than the lemur that my lemur just gave birth to a few minutes ago. At least their stats aren't all in the red. That would suck. But now we are about to start the habitat. I was making it to where it has windows, and I originally made it a little too big, which is fine because I can easily fix it. But I thought that this would be like the perfect size, but it was actually way too big. Because I think they need like 1,000 something square meters, whatever it's called, meters, square meters, whatever, you get it, to be able to thrive in their habitat, but I made it over 4,000, so that was way too big. And ignore the fact that the barriers are not perfectly straight. I try to make them as straight as I possibly can, but I suck at placing them. I'm sure eventually I'll be better at it, but I think what I need to do is I need to start placing paths around it, like around where I want to place them, and then place the barriers so that it can be straight. But now I'm adding a little area for water for them. I didn't make it too deep because they don't need it to be too deep. They just need water to drink. So they don't have to have a water bowl because water bowls run out and they get thirsty. And that problem keeps happening with my lemurs, and I don't want that to happen with my wolves, so I'm giving them a pond. I like to give all my animals a pond, but the lemur habitat, I didn't have enough room for a pond. So maybe one day I'll expand their habitat. I might have to, considering how many babies they have, because they breed almost as fast as capybaras do. It's crazy. But now I'm changing the color of, like, the colors of this shelter because I just don't like the red. Like, if it was for a different habitat, it would look good, but I just don't like it. I did have some trouble with it, that's for sure, because I kept selecting the wrong things, and I don't know how to, like, unselect it, so I kind of just had to figure it out. It sucked, but that's fine. And I also am painting these little, whatever they're called, black, so that they're not all the same color, because I don't want them to be the same color. I don't want them to, like, blend in perfectly. I want people to be able to tell that they're there. I want it to be noticeable. Yeah. Still struggling with painting them, so I decided to, when I select them, to just do a few at a time instead of trying to do it all at once. And now I'm painting those up there and the bottom ones, and then I'm pretty sure we're done. Oh, never mind, we're not done. We have these to paint. But after that, we're done. I wish I could paint the roof, but I can't. My capybara is about to mature, which is cool. And now we're making the grass, well, we were making the grass flat over there because I don't like long grass. I've said that before, and I'll probably say it a million times. I do not like the long grass. Especially in a hard shelter. There's just no. I just don't like it. It just looks funny mixed with the bedding. Yeah. But either way, I'm not going to end up keeping this shelter. It doesn't look good. Also, when I zoomed out a little, it made the snow go away, and I thought that was cool, so I wanted to try to get it to do it again, but I couldn't. But Now I'm adding to the terrain, and the snow just all disappeared, and we need to add a cooler, which we're going to end up adding a few more because they need to be in a cool temperature. Now we have to add another research center because the staff can't find an accessible one. Now my lemur's thirsty, but there's nothing I can do about it because I tried calling for the keeper, caretaker, whatever it's called. I'm pretty sure it's a keeper, like several times, but they didn't listen. So they kept coming into the habitat and doing nothing, and it was really annoying because that's gonna attract protesters, and I really don't want that. Protesters are annoying. But now I'm trying to build a shelter out of rocks. And then I realized that it's just not gonna work out. Like, it doesn't look good either with the, like, ice looking thing. I'm still trying though, because I like to build things on my own. I don't like using blueprints or anything that I haven't built, unless, like, I have to. I made a bad choice with this, putting the bigger rocks on top of the smaller rocks. It just looks so stupid. But it's fine. We're getting rid of it. And now I decided that I would look and see if there was any little shelter that I'd like to use. And I really did like this, which usually I would not use it. But this time I am using it because it's cool. I'm really, like, I really don't like using stuff that I didn't make, but it was kind of necessary for this because I really didn't know what to do when building their little rock shelter, and I feel like this looks a lot better than what I could have done. But now we are going to build, like, this little rocky type thing for them to, like, climb on and whatever. I don't know, I just really wanted to, because I feel like Arctic wolves would like that, I guess. I did try putting these little rocks on top, but then I decided to lower them into it a little, just to make it look better. I want it to look like they're, like, coming out of it, and we're also gonna paint this with the rock material. And then we're going to add a climbable platform thing so they can actually get up there, because I don't know if they can actually get up there without something like that they can climb on. I have no clue, but so I added that. And then I'm adding some plants and stuff around it because I don't want it to be too bland. I like to add plants around anything that looks bland just because it just makes a freaking huge difference. It changes a lot. And then I added more. And I'm still adding more because I feel like it still doesn't have enough. And then I wanted to add some flowers there, and that's it. And now I was looking at what types of hard shelter I could put, because the rock shelter does not count as hard shelter, although I wish it did. And now we're painting this because, again, I don't like the red. And I'm trying to figure out, like, what color looks best, and then I discovered that that color does. Now we're going to add some bedding on it, so they have somewhere to sleep other than in the, like, open rock shelter. So we're doing that. And I decided to look at this beaver house because it looked interesting on the, like, icon thing. And then I'm getting a feeding tray and a water trough, which I really didn't need because they have a little, I don't know if you could consider it a pond because it's so small. I really don't know. But then I added some toys around, and then I was thinking of, like, what to do next. because I didn't know what to do. Because, like, I added scenery in some necessary spots, and then I was adding toys, and then I decided that I would add more toys, and I really wanted to use that ice block and this blood scent because they're wolves. Then I decided I'd add trees over here, not trees, but like a tree, and I'm also going to end up adding some more plants. I decided to put this behind the tree because I really like that bush. I don't know why, there's just something about it. And now I'm adding plants, and looking through and seeing what else I can add, because there's not really as many options for this, for Taiga and Tundra as there are for like other things, and they can't have anything that isn't Taiga and Tundra, so it kind of sucks, but it still ends up looking good, so it's fine. I decided to add some of those in there to make it kind of look like lavender is like growing in it. I don't know what type of plant that is, but it looks like lavender to me, so I'm gonna say it's lavender. Now I'm placing more stuff over here with this tree by the entrance. Well, I guess it could be called an entrance, but the habitat gate, whatever you want to call it, that's what it is. And then I decided to add some of those like dead grass looking thing because there's snow, so it makes sense to me anyway. Might not make sense to someone else, but it makes sense to me. And then I really wanted to add this because I feel like it just goes so well with my little rock thing, so I decided to move my habitat. Not habitat, oh my gosh, sorry, my shelter, and put the rock thing over here. I just need to figure out how to place it because I don't really know how to place it where it won't look odd, and that's the best I can do. And I was going to remove those flowers right there, but I decided to keep it because, I mean, in real nature, flowers and plants grow wherever they want to grow unless you plant them, so it makes it kind of realistic. It just looks like weeds. Now I'm adding some stuff to the pond, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, I'm just gonna call it a pond because to me it's a pond. I don't know if it could actually be considered a pond, but I mean, if a person was near it, it would look like a pond. I think it just looks small because it's in a really big habitat, so I don't know. Then I decided to add these like bush hedges on the side just to fill that little gap in because it looked weird. And now I'm copying the education board over here, or information board, sorry, so they can have people learn about them. But then I need to make paths around it so people can go all around and see them. And then I realized it is so uneven, it's not even funny, and there's nothing I can do about the unevenness, but that's fine. And then I'm adding this for staff, so we can have more of the power things and water things because I need them, because the other ones that I placed don't reach to this habitat. So yeah. And now I'm adding everything into the work zone. And I popped that little balloon because I don't know, it just does something to my brain. It satisfies my brain. Sorry, I cannot talk. And now I'm trying to get the keepers and the vet to get to the lemurs because they're gonna start attracting protesters. And now we're adding ATMs, and I should have painted them because the green just looks so ugly and doesn't look like it belongs, but it's fine. And then I realized that these are causing like issues with the guests, which kind of is annoying because why are they going to complain about the fact that I'm taking care of my zoo and making sure my animals can be properly taken care of. Now the zebras and the zebras and giraffes also needed keepers. I think that was the zebras and giraffes, I don't know. Now we're adding to the terrain, like painting the terrain for the wolves to make sure they like it. I did add a lot of rock, but I didn't like the way it looked, so I'm gonna change that a little. I also am adding some soil, and I'm going to add a lot of that, just because I just like the soil, I guess. And also, like, I feel like the soil looks a lot better than having a lot of rock. That's what I mean. But I still think the rock is okay. Um, it could be worse, that's for sure. But now we're adding some little plants all over. And I wanted to add that there just because I feel like it belongs in their habitat. And again, adding more random plants just because their habitat felt empty and there was nothing else I could add to it because we'd already added a shelter, a climbing area, actually 2 shelters, a pond, feeding thing, just literally everything they need. And now we're checking on the giraffes and zebras because they need a keeper or they're gonna get diseases because it's horrible. But the keepers are slow. And now we are checking on their temperature because they need it to be colder, which I didn't realize that they would need it to be like cold all around. I thought maybe it just needs to be cold in 1 or 2 areas, but no. I don't know why I would even think that though, but they need it to be cold all around. And someone is expecting offspring. Lisa. Why is she always getting pregnant? This is like her 3rd pregnancy, I think. And I think the other red foxes that she had aren't even, like old enough to leave the zoo yet. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Maybe they are. But now we have another issue with the lemurs. They have no water. And no food either, which is fine because they're not hungry, but they're thirsty. And they need water, but the keepers actually suck. I need better keepers. Like, I feel like they should definitely be better because they're taking care of animals. But now we're looking at our red foxes and they are definitely ready to leave the zoo. There's quite a few of them, and then there's babies. I don't remember Lisa giving birth. I don't know. But yeah. So now we're gonna get all of the foxes that are ready to go out because there's too many of them. It's not okay. It's not like there's too many of them. It like affects their social group, and I don't want that happening because that can also attract protesters. Everything can attract protesters, and it is annoying. Still getting the foxes out because I accidentally left one in. But now there's a bunch of babies everywhere. I think there's 5 of them. Maybe 6, because usually the boxes have 6. Well, with these 2 anyway. I guess this is their 3rd litter, and their first 2 litters they had 6. So I don't really know. I saw 3. But yeah, I'm not sure. Now the capybaras habitat is at a freaking disease risk because my caretakers, or keepers, sorry, suck, and they are horrible. That's all I have to say. They're horrible. I should fire them all. Just kidding. Kinda need them to make my zoo run. But then I realized that the capybaras don't have a, like, water treatment or water whatever it's called, I forget what the other one is called, close enough to their habitat. And also, this one is broken, but we need to get another mechanic because we don't have enough mechanics. I think we only have one, which isn't okay because it's getting a little crazy in our zoo. It's getting bigger. So we're going to add 2 more mechanics right in front of these so they can quickly fix them and then see if maybe that'll fix our issue with the capybaras. I don't know. It could. Sorry, I just yawned while talking. But it could also not. So. And now we're adding some more staff that are necessary. We added some keepers because, again, our keepers suck. And we need more keepers so that the animals can be taken care of properly. I also should get some new vets because I need new vets because the vets are saying that they have high workload. But after that was fixed, they still weren't close enough to the capybaras habitat, which is crazy because it's right next to the capybaras habitat, which is the only reason I put these here. It's so that they would be with the capybaras, like for the capybaras. But it's not close enough to the water, which is stupid. So we're gonna have to add another little area for the transformers, transformer, and then the water treatment and the other water thing, which is fine. I mean, it's a zoo. It needs a lot of power and whatever, and I made that way too long, but it's okay. I can keep them spread out a little bit, I guess. And then we have to find a way to get our transformer there. I think that's the transformer. Yeah, it is. And now we're adding our other 2. And now we need to add that to the work zone because otherwise it can't be accessible by the mechanics. There's also another thing that isn't in the work zone. And the ATMs are in the work zone, so we also need to add those to the work zone. There's just a few things that need to be added to the work zone. And now we're checking on the lemurs again because they're still thirsty because my keepers suck. Look at them all sitting by the bowl like that. They're all practically dying of thirst and the keepers just don't care. Yeah, you better be preparing food for the lemurs, but you also better be preparing water for them. And my giraffe is pregnant. I was really hoping she would get pregnant because I wanted her to have a baby because I've never had giraffes before, so I'm excited to see what the giraffe babies look like. And also the giraffes could make me a lot of conservation credits. Especially if the boy, because people sell the boys for so much. I'd probably only sell them for like 500 because people sell them for like 1,000, 2,000, or maybe even 4,000. I saw one that was 4,000. I also saw another one that was 10,000. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna only sell them for not sell them, but trade them for like 500, maybe a little more, but definitely not 1,000, because absolutely not. I don't want to buy one for 1,000. Why would someone else want to buy one for 1,000? That's just a waste. Especially if you're a beginner and you want giraffes. 1,000 is a lot for a beginner. Like a lot. But yeah. And one of our lemurs died, which is pretty sad, but it's okay. It's a part of life, and we have a lot of freaking lemurs anyway, so it's fine. Let's just hope he wasn't too liked by the people. Yeah. And then there's people standing out there, not very happy, which is fine. Even though it's not fine. These keepers need to be better, okay? Well, now the keeper is cleaning the habitat, but he did nothing else. That is so stupid, because the lemurs are thirsty, and probably hungry too. I don't know. It doesn't say they're hungry, but I'm sure they are. Okay. I think it would be a lot better if my keepers didn't suck. Um, because it would be very nice if they didn't cause me to get protesters because I don't know if it's in this video, but at one point the lemurs did attract protesters and it was annoying. I hate protesters so much, which I think we know that because I said that already, but I hate them. Like, I hate them more than anything in the game. Except for maybe the staff, because the staff suck. Not all the staff, but the keepers definitely suck just a little bit. Or maybe a lot. I did, like, pay for training for them, but they still suck. There's nothing making them better. But our inspectors here, and on the lemurs and capybaras, we only got 4 stars. And I guarantee I know why that is. Not my fault. The keeper's fault, because they freaking suck. It's annoying because they won't, like, they're too slow. They won't go quick enough to each habitat, which is why I got 2 more keepers, and hopefully that will improve how things are going, because it's insane. But whatever. I was gonna say something else, and I have no clue what I was gonna say. It was something about the lemurs. Um, oh, I think maybe I'm gonna give them, like, a pond, or, like, some sort of water source, even if it's just a tiny hole in the ground for water. I need to give them something for water, because I don't want this to be an issue over and over again. Because I feel like it is. Because the keeper came in the habitat 3 times, I believe it was 3 times, and still didn't give my freaking lemurs water. Which is annoying. Because I'm pretty sure I got 2 alerts saying they were thirsty, and then they were all sitting around the bowl, clearly thirsty. And I feel like, when it rains, it should fill the bowl with water. Like, I feel like that would make sense. Because if it rains in real life and there's a bowl outside, the bowl's getting full of water. And if an animal's thirsty, they're gonna drink that water, whether it's from the rain or if it's not from the rain. They're gonna drink it. But yeah. Now I'm gonna try to call the keeper again and hope that this time the keeper will actually do something to contribute to my lemurs, because it's crazy. Um, it's cleaning the habitat again, which isn't necessary. I don't think it needs cleaned that badly, but they do need water that badly, and probably food too at this point. But yeah, we have a lot of lemurs, which is fine with me. And then I was looking at this and I realized how many animals of mine have contraception turned on. It's crazy. But I just recently found out that with animals you can turn on contraception for the entire habitat instead of just a few of them. And I thought that was pretty cool, and which it's also really helpful because now I turned on contraception for my lemurs and my capybaras because they both breed like crazy, and I'm gonna keep it on until all of the babies that they have are ready to be gone, because there's just too many, and if I were to keep all these animals, if this were like a real zoo, I'd want to keep them all because I love animals. But if I were to keep them all, it would cause some issues with all of them, considering the fact that there's a million of them. But yeah, now I'm moving the food tray, or at least attempting to move it, to see if maybe it's like where it's placed and it's blocking the water bowl by chance. Um, I don't know, but the keeper just walked out, so I don't think that's the case. So we're calling the keeper again for the millionth time, and And there he or she is, I can't tell. And they're filling the water, yay, finally. Now give them some food too, can't ya? It would be very nice if you would. Cleaning it again already, okay. And they're leaving to inspect another habitat. And then we have this lemur right here. Ignore the name Maggie B. I saw this thing where if you name them Maggie B like that, it makes them like huge, and it does, and it looks so funny. But I reversed it by putting them in a box and then taking them out of the box. I just wanted to see what it looked like, and I tried it on the ring-tailed lemurs and I forget what the other lemur is called, but like the fluffy lemur, and it looked a lot funnier on the fluffy lemur. I also tried it on a red fox, and it looked crazy, but yeah. Now my lemurs are happy drinking their water. We got some vet research done, and my wolves are mating. I think the wolves are so cute. And now my wolf is taking a nice big fat crap. Isn't that beautiful? But now we're checking and seeing if anything's wrong with them, and it appears that there isn't anything wrong with them. And then I realized I need to put some animals into the trade center because I haven't done that yet. So I'm just trading the capybaras for the like automated price because they're not worth much. And I really don't care how much I sell them for or trade them for, whatever you want to say, sell, trade, same thing. If you can hear my cat meowing, ignore that. He's meowing, and he's loud. But I am trading the red foxes for a decent price. I don't know how many of them have even sold because I haven't been on Planet Zoo since I recorded this, and I recorded this a few days ago. Oh my goodness, I need to pick up my cat. Mankey. But yeah, we're trading all the foxes, the red foxes, and I put most of them at 250, but if the stats were better, like one of them I put for 300. I don't know if I did any others for 300, but yeah, I do know that most of them were sold for 250. Or not sold, traded. Whatever you want to call it. Sold, traded, whatever. It's basically the same thing. But yeah. Mango. My cat is meowing a lot. But here's the wolves habitat. And that's it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed.